up? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Mr. B. I'm here. It is approximately 4:57 because I put a thing out saying I would start at 4:30, but I was catching up with some YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Also trying to decide in my head what I was gonna eat. Didn't eat yet. Oh, that was a salad. That was earlier in the day too. Oh man. But yeah, I'm hungry. But I hope you guys are good. I hope everything is fine. I dropped one of these, I think, sometime. Was it? I don't even remember the last one I dropped. That's crazy. uh, it is Tuesday, May 16th. Yes. Um, there's a lot to unpack today. I decided to do this one today because, they had the big news out. I don't know. Francis Ngannou got picked up, got signed um, by PFL. PFL signed him. If you listen to if you come on the weekends during my streams on OK Live, we kind of mentioned a little bit about that. That the urge was that more than likely PFL has signed him, and it is official. He has officially come out. He said it. PFL announced it. Big signing, man. Major crazy pickup. According to what we've gathered so far, that's other MMA media and all the people and us, the average fan. Um, Guy got signed by PFL. He'll be finding. He has a contract for 2 to 3 fights. He will not be fighting this year. He will be fighting next year. Um, this year has left him open for a boxing match. So his contract is a very interesting contract because his contract is a lot. There's a lot of freedom involved in his contract. He does not have champion obligations. If he were to be a champion or whatever, he does not have those obligations. He's not restricted to championship agreements. Pretty much, that is, let's say he wins the championship. Um, he's not if he is a champion, he's not relegated to continue to have title defenses. He can move around freely. Um, if yeah, he's not really constricted by the organization. So pretty much he's gonna be able to go out and get this fight. He wants to get this boxing match done. So that's what he's gonna do. Along with that, he's going about to get a VP seat. So they gave him this. What is it? He's somewhat a VP. I forgot the exact term that they used. Overseer. What up, Ted? Somewhat of an overseer to advisory board. There you go. He's on the advisory board of the PFL. Um, to pretty much mitigate certain things that are going on. Somewhat of an advisor of such, where he wants to get people to get paid evenly, easily. Uh, as far as his fights go, I mentioned the 2 3 fights. He's looking for his opponents to get paid a pretty hefty piece. He doesn't want fighters. If he's fighting somebody, he's taking the super fights. Let's clear that up. He's jumping into the super fight league. So the super fight league, as they mentioned before, when Jake Paul. So it's Francis, Jake Paul, and Kayla Harrison that are going to be headlining this super fight league, pretty much. Now Jake Paul is going to be mixing it up with boxing and MMA. We know this because of the whole The Zone thing and whatnot. The ESPN The Zone, his fights have been shared. Kayla Harrison has 2 fights left on her contract. She hasn't been in the tournaments for the PFL this season, which really sucks. Because Kayla, even though she lost last season, the lightweight tourney, split decision. You know what I mean? She could have been there. Let her fight the one more contract, and then let her jump into the Super Fight League and see what happens there. But they didn't do that. PFL, that's kind of a blunder, y'all. Was all good. But yeah, Francis is looking for his opponents to get paid a fair share. So he wants his opponents to get at least a million, at least $1 million to $2 million, along with whatever he's getting paid. He wants his opponents to get paid fairly, which is kind of crazy, but I kind of get it. And the fact that the PFL have said yes to all this shit. Oh, yeah, plus he got the equity. Oh, my God. You gave this man equity in your organization? That's crazy. That's crazy. But they said, okay. What they have managed to do to give to Francis has never been done ever. Ever. In MMA. I don't think you really get that in wrestling, in boxing. Nah, not really in boxing. Most dudes have to end up starting from the ground up to make their own promotion and sign their own guys under somebody undercover and then separate and do your own thing. You had Golden Boy somewhat, and Mayweather Promotions, the money team. That's somewhat, but at this level, especially in MMA, no. And we heard, so what we definitely know as well, PFL were there. The one company that was behind them was One Championship. BKFC, as much as BKFC was there, BKFC was not gonna have the money to give to him. That was that's clearly evident. That was clearly evident. You got to understand. Looking at BKFC, you got to look at every guy that they've managed to sign and think about how much they were getting paid at the highest point of their careers. It's not the same. So they weren't going to pay Francis. Francis just coming off the UFC heavyweight champ. Nah, you wasn't going to cough up the type of money that some other organizations were going to cough up. And that's fair play. BKFC, you got your guys. You know what I mean? You're doing your thing. Your thing is fine. Focus on what you're doing. You guys are still somewhat young in the game, and y'all still picking up younger, more talent. Y'all spreading out there, different countries, different markets. You're doing good. Stay there. Bellator wasn't going to be it. Bellator is just chilling. I've mentioned it during the streams before. I think I mentioned it on here one time. The rumor that's going out there about PFL possibly getting Bellator, possibly buying Bellator. It's been out there by Ariel Helwani. Luke Thomas has talked about it. There's a couple other guys out there. Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell on Morning Combat mentioned it. There's a couple other good MMA reporters, journalists, and shows somewhat that have mentioned it a little bit here and there. But we haven't seen what's really happening. But one went out there, and I mentioned that Chantry kind of fumbled the bag on there as far as getting Francis, because Francis talked about, Francis got the VP spot. He wants to expand. PFL is looking to expand to Africa. They wanted to get Africa out there. Yo, what's up, Tony? What's happening, brother? So they want to expand. They have Francis here as this VP. They're going to use this move to expand to Africa, get some fights out there, get a market out there pretty much. I think Francis talked about it. He says Senegal, was it Senegal, Nigeria? Was it Nigeria? He mentioned 5 places in Africa. Trying to remember. Cool, cool, cool. I'm chilling myself, man. But you mentioned 5 spots. I know Senegal was one of them. There's 4 other spots in Africa he wants to do, and I get that too because EFC, which is a very known, yeah, it's pretty known. It's a pretty known MMA organization that exists in Africa. They do South Africa. Yeah, there's a lot of fighters that are out in the region there, especially in South Africa, that compete. Now, if you never watch EFC, EFC is out there. You can catch EFC if you have local cable, MSG. You can catch their fights on YouTube as well. So I won't drag you into, you got to exactly. No, no, no. You could go on YouTube and find EFC fights. EFC is a good organization. JP Bays was on there. Dricus Duplessis was going to be fighting Robert Whitaker was on there. Don Madge was on there. There's a couple other cats that were on there that are really good, men and women. So check them out. But yeah, big market out there in Africa, and UFC wanted to get into the African market, but they didn't hold down things the right way. Unfortunately, at the time, Izzy had lost the title. Kamaru Usman lost his title. Izzy did win his back, but Kamaru didn't. The opportunity is still kind of there. I don't know if they really want to expand there, though. But the PFL is willing to. I still want to know who the hell these backers are of the PFL. I've been trying to figure this out since 2019 exactly. WSOF was one thing, but the fact that PFL showed up, you got $1 million as your reward every year to the winners. All the winners of every division, the finalists, the champions, win $1 million. You're giving away $6 million every year, straight up. Plus, everybody's collecting a regular paycheck that competes on the tournaments or whatever. That's crazy. Where's this money coming from? So that's one of the things as well. Who are these backers? That's all I want to know. I know Ali Abdelaziz out of Dominance MMA. Big time manager, Kamaru Usman's manager, Khabib's manager, Islam's manager. You know the guy. He has workings with the PFL, WSOF PFL. A lot of his clients fight under the banner there, the PFL. Kayla Harrison being one of them. I'm wondering what's happening there to make all these things move. It is very, very, very crazy, man. But to hear that Francis has managed to get this equity, to get this spot as a VP, this advisory spot, to fight, to get this money, that is huge. That is huge. There's a couple other things that we're going to work in. I'll talk about it later during the week when I join Ted Hicks and Tony D on Late Night Parent. Check that out on Thursday. Hopefully it'll be this Thursday. But yeah, big workings. We're just gonna have to watch, keep our eyes moving forward to see how this is gonna work. But man, it's a big deal. It's a real big deal, man. It's something. And I know Chanchu's upset. Chanchu didn't want to give the VP spot. He didn't want to open the Africa market. That's not his market. His goal at this time is to work where he's at in Singapore. Work Singapore, all the eastern areas there. Try to expand out there. Because you work in Singapore, you're up in Malaysia, you're there. You got to get Japan. You got your North America. You came to North America. Big showing in North America. You got to work what's happening there as well. You got a couple little problems happening in your organization that you got to clear up, buddy. Fix those things. You know what I mean? Handle those things first, then try to pick up more talent if you can. You got a questionable heavyweight champion in your organization. That's neither here nor there, but you got to do better, bro. You got to do better. Other than that, I'm proud of Francis. I hope, you know, there's a big move in the right direction. PFL did the Europe season this year. They got out to Europe, big showing in Europe, a lot of fanfare, good fights in the crowd. What's up, Gary, man? Boxing MMA 365. Yeah, man, they managed to. How you doing, bro? I'm good. They they managed to go out there in Europe. They got a couple good fighters out there. They got a good flyweight they're trying to build behind. They're gonna make the women's flyweight division, hopefully. Um, and we'll see. The featherweight division is gonna probably stay as the featherweight division for a minute, so they could draw in more featherweight opposition instead of waiting for lightweights. Because lightweights, he did the lightweight thing is cool, but the featherweights, women featherweights are there. Let's get these women featherweights going. But big props to PFL for making these moves, man. They got big money. They're making big moves. They're managing to pick up some of this UFC talent that left. Prime UFC talent at that, which is kind of pretty impressive. All right, the Marlon Moraes thing, I don't know. But picking up my girl, oh my God. Picking up Shane Burgos and how do I forget my girl, bro? Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, I can't remember her. I can't remember her name. Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. Aspen Lad. There you go. How did I forget about Aspen Lad? Blood, what's wrong with me? But yeah, they picked up Aspen Lad. They got Julia Budd over there. Julia Budd she still got gas in the tank, man. She's up there in age, but she got a lot of experience. She got gas in the tank. Let's go. You still got Larissa Pacheco, who's looking pretty good. Yo, and you still have primed out Kayla Harrison. I'm still trying to figure out what y'all doing over there. But yeah, man. It's been going good, man. I'm just talking about this Francis Ngannou stuff and what's gonna be going on this week, pretty much. The Rolly Romero robbery that happened over the weekend. That kind of sucked. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Rolly Romero got robbed. I mean, not Rolly Romero. Ismael Barroso got robbed. Tony Weeks, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, all those dudes should be fined. They should be penalized. They should be suspended. Yeah, man, that joint was horrible. They robbed the 40-year-old man. That dude was beating up Rolly bad, and they robbed him. 9th round robbery. Other than that, the rest of that card was pretty fire. Janet Beck beat up Butler in 2 rounds. That was pretty cool. That fight night card in North Carolina, though. Oh boy, that card wasn't bad though. No, I can't say it was bad. It was okay. Jalton Almeida won, but that's not kind of surprising, really. That was to be expected. Almeida came out there, put work. He did work. He beat that dude up. What I was gonna say? My fault. I'm gonna try to get track of my brain, how my brain working. But I'll run it down real quick. Tainara Lisboa beat Jessica Rose Clark with a rear naked choke in the 3rd round. He looks 70. He's like 40 something. I think he's like 40, 46 or something like that. Dude looks 70. But that was the craziest part about it, man. My man was just game. He didn't have no change, but he just looked so defeated, man. To really move all these years to finally get a title opportunity and then get robbed for it, bro. Then you had the whole KSI Joe Fournier fight. Oh my God. Yes. Rolly got beat up, man. Rolly sucks, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. I've only got some okay KOs, but damn, you can't look that horrible, bro. But yeah, man, I don't. But yeah, man, Jessica Rose Clark, man, horrible. I feel bad for him too, man. But Lisboa made her debut, beating Jessica Rose Clark, third round rear naked choke. Jessica, I don't know what they're gonna do with you, girl. That's 3 submissions in a row. 2 arm bars and a rear naked choke. That's crazy. Brian Battle beat Gabe Green in 14 seconds. That's probably the craziest shit in the world, man. Hold on, we'll check that out real quick. Brian Battle lit up Gabe Green. And it's crazy because Gabe Green put the pressure on in the first 7 seconds of the fight. Then, man, started swinging. Brian Battle said, screw you. Brian Battle knocked him out, man. Yo. And that's the first time Gabe, I think, ever got knocked out, man. Mandy Baum won against Ji-Yeon Kim by a technical split decision because they stopped the fight. Ji-Yeon Kim did some silly stuff. Ji-Yeon Kim cost herself the fight. Let's just say what it is. My dude, Douglas Silva de Andrade, man. He beat Cody Stamen, unanimous decision. Good showing by him. Carl Williams didn't wrestle, but jabbed his way to a unanimous decision against Chase Sherman. Bruh, I thought that dude was going to wrestle all 3 rounds. He really beat Chase Sherman on the... Yo, Chase Sherman got to get cut. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But, dude, you were literally... you were at MMA. You went to box. You had to run in island fights. And you had to run in bare knuckle fighting. You won the title. And after all that, bro, you came back here and you got beat up on the feet by a wrestler? Man. Matt Brown got a knockout against Court McGee. A little 4 minutes, 9 seconds into round 1. Pretty good throw. These dudes were striking. McGee got a little bit of that grappling. You know, he does that grinding style where he kind of puts guys against the fence, puts his weight on them, punches them up a little bit, makes them work. They got cleared. They got in the middle of the cage. Both of these dudes threw right hands. Matt Brown's just connected. That's all it was. Matt Brown got that kill shot, man. Awesome stuff. Alex Morono submitted my dude Tim Means in the second round. Just when Tim was getting his groove, man. Tim went for a takedown. Morono got the submission, got the guillotine choke in, wins. Carlos Alberg, he tooled up Porteria, man. Round 1, 2 minutes, 9 seconds. Clean left hook, man. He caught that man with that Ryan Bader, that long hook, that little jab hook, long hook, little check hook almost, pretty much. But put that man down and away. Ian Machado Gary became the second person to finish D-Rod, man. The head kick to ground strikes, bro. Crazy, man. Ian Gary, bro. Johnny Walker beat Anthony Smith by unanimous decision. Then Anthony Smith talked about he had some injury going on. But damn, Anthony Smith didn't look like himself. Then that man in the middle of the fight was talking about, you trying to hurt my family. You trying to hurt my family. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in Anthony Smith's head, but Anthony Smith need to take some time off and reassess what's happening. You know what I mean? His career and things, you know. And Jalton Almeida beat my dude Rosenstrike. That dude went for the lowest takedown. This man was practically on his knees for this takedown. And Rosenstrike practically gave it to him. That is impossible, man. Oh, my God. But, yeah, Ian Gary, yeah, I heard him. Yeah, we were there. We heard him. Gary called out Magny. But a fight against Wonder Boy, stylistically, that is pretty dope. That's a good... Either one of those guys stylistically is a matchup. But Wonder Boy, I think, is the higher-ranked guy. So, Wonder Boy always want to dance, man. He always looking for a dance partner. He don't care. So I hope they get that fight going. I hope that happens. It'll be good. It'll be good on the be good on their part. It's a fight people will watch. It's a big challenge too for Gary. But we also had Bellator. And Bellator, man. Bellator has some good fights. You can check all those fights on the prelims. Um Highlight fights you want to check out, man. Roman Debian out of France beat Borama Kamara. A minute and 4 seconds. Man, laid this dude out. It was nasty. Yeah, Wonder Boy just likes traveling, man. We also had Sarvajan, Kamidov versus Kevin Petchy. There you go. Kamidov won by rear naked choke, a minute 33 in the third round. The Saul Rogers fight turned into a no contest, man. That sucks. Saul Rogers fought Davy Gallon. Horrible hit. Unintentional maneuvers were caused. Luka Poklit beat Oliver Enkamp by unanimous decision. I was quite surprised by that. But Enkamp got to do more on the feet. This man want to be some submission guy so bad, man. Denise Kielholtz, yes, girl. She beat Paula Christina by unanimous decision. Thibaut Gowdy beat Kane Musa. Stopped him by technical knockout in the second round. That was a good fight. Go watch that. That was on the main card. Lima got the unanimous decision against Costello Van Steeners. I was kind of worried for Lima in this fight, but Lima did a lot better. Put the wrestling, mixed up the game, fought a lot smarter. Back to his old school thing, you know what I mean? Old school style of things. That was cool. Brent Primus won against Mansouri Barnawi by unanimous decision. That is a fight you got to check. And Fabian Edwards beat Gegard Mousasi by unanimous decision. Crazy ass Bellator card. A lot of decisions, but the fights I mentioned, go check those out. They were pretty good fights. But yeah, man. Ian Gary, I want to see Ian Gary take on some of these big fights, man. He's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. He's a good fighter. You know, the thing with all these Irish fighters, man, is that everybody wants to do. They want to be the next Conor. Conor's been that inspiration for them, so everybody tries to come on and be the next Conor. And just when you think they got it, like it gets too much into the head, and then it's like, boom, stop. Like there's been a halt to it. We had Conor. I mentioned a lot of those guys that came up at the time with SBG Ireland. All those guys were in the move of things. Then they just started taking losses. Some of that's starting to happen in Bellator where some of those guys are good. They're taking some losses. We haven't seen James Gallagher in how long now? You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. James has been incognito. We ain't seen James at all. Like, so it's like, and Ian could do it, but Ian just got to be level-headed. Well, Ian is level-headed. He does do a lot of talking, but when you hear him in other interviews, like personally, he's talked about, he got the growing pains and he got things to do. Oh, James Gallagher from Bellator. Remember, he was the bantamweight. I think he tried to move up. Yeah, he was the bantamweight. He moved up to featherweight. He was good. Then Ricky Bandejas knocked him out. Then he came back and he looked good, but then he started getting beat up by everybody else. Patchy Mick subbed him. Then after that, he just disappeared. We ain't see him again. There you go. That James. Little James Gallagher. Small body with a big head. Yeah. He's I was messing. I know that. Yo. Oh shit. But yeah, man. So I want to see what they're gonna do with Bellator. Next event is gonna be in June, headlined by Vadim Nemkov versus Joel Romero and Sergio Pettis versus Patricio Pitbull, as Patricio looks to be a three division champion. Psh, we ain't see a 3 division champion and no. Oh shoot, no. There's only one guy, and he's been 4 division champion, and that's Juan Archuleta. Juan Archuleta is actually a 4 division champion. If that's hard to believe, but yeah, that really happened. Juan was wilding. Oh, yeah, his ego was through the roof, man. But yeah, Juan Archuleta, if I remember, had four titles. I think he won one in bantamweight, featherweight, uh, lightweight, and I think the fourth one was either a welterweight title or a flyweight title. But yeah, it's 4 titles he won. Um, but it's crazy. I think he won those in Titan or Taichi. One of in some organization. I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking at the top of my head, but I'm going off the dome here. I know I could research it, but if you're watching this, you research it. But yeah. So okay, we talked about Francis. We talked about some of the other stuff. I promised Ted we're gonna talk about some of the other stuff on Late Night Parent on Thursday. Let's go into this week's events. So this weekend, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of MMA going around. LFA got an event on Friday. You should check that out. Lux got the undisputed strawweight title fight going on. So check that out on Lux. I will be spending my time streaming 4 events this weekend. It will be BKFC on Friday. Saturday, it will be Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor. Yes, I have to because it is a mandatory. Damn it, it is probably it's gonna be another most important fight for Katie Taylor in her career as she moves up to fight Chantel Cameron for the undisputed super lightweight. Yeah, they're gonna look to unify these titles, super lightweight championship, man. Yeah, man. Shit is crazy. She's supposed to fight Amanda Serrano, but Serrano pulled out of the fight. So, she was supposed to. So Chantel Cameron was supposed to fight on the Joshua Franklin card, but they threw the name out there, so that's what's happening. They threw her name out there. Katie Taylor kind of asked for it. People wanted to see it. Katie Taylor asked for it, and that's what's happening, man. So Taylor's moving up, looking to face the undisputed lightweight title. Chantel, Chantel holding them belts, boy. So it's like, yo, she's defending her belts right out here, man. And it's really gonna be that joint right there, man. So it's at the 3 Arena in Dublin, 80,000 seat capacity. That shit's gonna be full. It's gonna be so full. Yeah. So that shit is insane, man. I am totally hyped for this. The fact that that boxing has been managing to get the ladies, because we always see the guys, but y'all delivering on the ladies' end too. Come on, man. We had Mare and Baumgartner freaking Savannah Marshall and oh my god, how the fuck I forget her name? Clarissa Shields. There you go. Oh damn, what's wrong with me today, man? I'm on the buzz. Clarissa Shields. Yes, it should have. It should have. And they would have sold that too. They would have sold it too, man. Coke Park, they would have sold it out, man. But they want to save that. They want to save that. I'm not sure that's the move, though. The move should have been Coke Park. Then you get Coke Park again. But I guess they want to test the waters and see how people are going to move over there. But that's kind of silly, too. You know people are going to move. People are going to make that. They're going to get the money and show up, regardless of what, for their hometown, Katie Taylor, man. But, So I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. This will be a very good fight. There's a couple good fights on this undercard. Trying to see what's. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's the undercard. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so it said the undercard to get going from 6 p.m. when main event ring walks around 10. So it'll be a little earlier on our side. Okay, there you go. So we got Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron for the WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, IBO, and the ring light welterweight titles. Dennis Hogan versus JJ Metcalf for the IBO super welterweight titles. This fight too. The Terry Harper Cecilia Brackus fight for the WBA super welterweight titles. This fight is the fight that I had my mind on. There you go. That joint, Cecilia's coming back. This is a big deal. This is why this card was a big deal to me. Now, our girl, Terry Harper, won her fight last time out to get this title. She got called out. Homegirl talked crap. She finished Homegirl. She won the title. She was looking to get a fight. Cecilia said, yo, you want to do this? Let's do this. Breckhus is one of the toughest chicks you could be fighting, man. And I remember when Cecilia and Chris Cyborg were supposed to fight. And things fell through on Cyborg's end, you know what I mean? But, we got Gary Cully versus Jose Felix. Calmi Aguiarco versus Grant Dennis. Thomas Carthy versus Jay McFarland. And Maisie Rose Courtney versus Kate Radomska. Okay, so I need to catch 2 of 3 of these fights. Harper Breckus and that joint. We got to try to catch those. But I can't take my hands off the pulse, man. Yeah, that's what does make her great. She does take risks, Gary. The fact that she has these titles and she's not willing to just sit, she's willing to go out there and challenge herself, challenge these big names in the sport, in her division, around the division. If she's willing to move up, she'll move up. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And Katie's been this name for quite some time. Quite some time, and I'm really glad that she's getting her flowers. And it's not just in Ireland, man. It's around the world. People see Katie. And, you have people here in the States, be like, well, man, this Serrano is awesome. I bet, man. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. And so, with Katie, Katie could keep this going till she retires, man. But she's been a hell of a fighter and a hell of a person for the sport, Tough lady, man. Tough lady. Tough customer. But yeah, so we got that going. And also we have for the WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, and the Ring Magazine lightweight titles. The undisputed lightweight title fight between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko, man. Saturday, man. I can't wait for Saturday, man. Oh, my goodness, boy. They going to Vegas, boy. As the undefeated 29-0 Devin Haney faces the 17-2 Vasily Lomachenko, man. Loma's up in it. There's about a decade difference. Is that right? Well, no, there's not a decade. Devin Haney's like 20-something. Devin Haney's not 24. How old is Devin Haney? Oh, shit. Devin Haney's really 24? Well, I thought Devin Haney was like 26. I thought Devin Haney was 26. God dang. I'm trying to age Devin Haney. Devin Haney 20. All right, we leave it. Devin Haney 24, undefeated. Vasily. We know the story of Vasily Lomachenko, man. Vasily's had over 300 amateur fights. That man's an Olympic gold medalist, if I remember correctly. His dad taught him to dance. His dance movements made him a great boxer. He's still great. He got the hiccup, you know what I mean? He took the 2 hiccups against Salido a couple years back. Then Lopez during the 2020s, during the COVID, the pandemic. He's been rebounding a little bit. Last win, tough young opponent. He managed to rebound, get that win. Devin Haney's been doing big things. Unfortunately for Teofimo Lopez beat Loma. It's funny how that works, right? Vasily lost to Teofimo Lopez. Took all the titles. Teo then loses to George Kambosos. Then Devin Haney comes in and beats Kambosos twice. Now it's Haney versus Loma. The world is a funny place. And that's what we're going to get here, man, on Saturday. I'm so hyped for this, man. It's the orthodox southpaw fighter, man. Southpaw, Loma, orthodox Haney. Big frame, dude. Good fight, though. So, Haney, Lomachenko. We also have Junto Nakatani, there you go, versus Andrew Maloney. That's going to be a fight. Maloney's going to bring it, boy. Raymond Maratala versus Jeremiah Nakathila. And we have at super featherweight Oscar Valdez versus Adam Lopez, which should be pretty cool. That should be a pretty cool fight there. The Nakatani Maloney fight is for the WBO super flyweight title, the vacant flyweight title. So we'll check that out, man. I'm super super pumped for it. I'm hyped. I'm very 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 enthusiastic. Um, I'm very enthusiastic about that card as well. I'm gonna try to catch all the main card fights. What I miss, we will. Oh, where am I? Yo, why I just went high pitch? What I miss, I will stream on Sunday because I need to watch these boxing events. I need to watch these cards. The entirety of these cards, if I can watch them, yes. To hell with just the main events. These two cards, I need to watch the majority, either the whole card or the majority of the card. It's not just co-main and main events. No, with this boxing, I need to watch it. Um, Now I talked about the two boxing events. BKFC. BKFC is Friday. Yes, there you go. BKFC is on Friday. It is a very boy, interesting card this card is, boy. Houston Alexander faces Jeremy the Pitbull Smith. Um, if I remember, in the cruiserweight division. Now we understand Lorenzo Hunt is both the cruiserweight and light heavyweight champion. Um, so this is the fight here. Whoever wins this fight is next in line to be fighting Lorenzo Hunt. Houston Alexander, long-time MMA veteran, UFC standout. That dude was putting people to sleep. Hell yeah, man. This dude was sleeping fools left and right. Oh, man. He took some hiccups. He had that one horrible fight against Kimbo Slice. I remember that's the one that got him released. He went to do some other stuff a little bit, some fights outside the organization. Found himself in bare knuckle. Really did good, man. Um, Real good guy, inspirational guy. You find him there on social media. He be on Twitter. He throws up some good inspirational tweets there. He's willing to answer our questions. If not, you know what I mean. Good guy, man. Good guy. Did I mention that he knocked out Keith Jardine? He sent Jardine to the Shadow Room. Yep. But yeah, other than that, good guy, man. Good fighter. But that Jeremy Pitbull Smith, that's a dog, man. He looked like he kind of reminds me of a young Rick Steiner in the face. Who is it? Road Warrior Animal. Yeah. He got that Road Warrior Animal Rick Steiner type face. If you know pro wrestling, those are halves of amazing tag teams. Road Warrior Animal, one half of the Legion of Doom, aka the Road Warriors. Rick Steiner, half of the brothers, the Steiner brothers. But yo, dude's a monster. We also got the co-main event. Was it Dakota Cochrane? And Noah Cutler. That's gonna be dope. Dakota kind of put himself out there when he knocked out oh my god, Johnny Hendricks. That was Johnny Hendricks' first fight out of the UFC. He knocked out Johnny Hendricks in bare knuckle. Boy, oh boy. That event, even though that was a cool event, those dudes are still in a lawsuit to get paid. I'm not sure if they ever got paid from it. They all went on a lawsuit against that organization though. But yeah. Crazy. And we also have another interesting fight on this card too. Boy. Yeah, we got Elvin Brito, who's 5'3", who's 5-3, is gonna be looking to fight Carlos Trinidad Snake. We also have Killer B Starlin, Taylor Starlin is looking to fight, man. She's fighting Jade Eva Smile Wong. And we'll see that. That's gonna be a sexy fight, man. Sexy fight. Woo! Jade Wong hot. Starling hot, and it's crazy because we was just talking about Starling last weekend or the weekend before. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good night of fights. Oh yeah, and we gotta talk about the UFC card. Right? How I forget about the UFC card? So you know the deal, man. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this. The rest of it, we're gonna talk about it on Cope's Corner. I'm sorry, last weekend we did not get on Cope's Corner. Mike had some family obligations, so we put that on hold. Hopefully this week we come back on. Um, Headlined by a card that they pulled, a fight that they pulled out of I forgot the fight card like 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. They pulled it out, that fight card, and they put it as the headline on this fight card. This fight card is kind of weird. Will not lie. It's gonna be at the Apex, and it is between the number 8 Mackenzie Dern against number 14 Angela Hill. Now I know they try real hard to try to promote Mackenzie Dern to be this prominent fixture, future world champion. I get it. I get it. But my girl's striking and her jiu-jitsu, even though her jiu-jitsu's solid, her striking's slowly getting better. The striking is not fully complete there. She has the jiu-jitsu, but she doesn't have enough wrestling experience to make these takedowns work. Angela Hill has damn near fought the entire strawweight division. At this point, you know, you could count with your fingers, with at least one or both your hands, who she hasn't quite fought in the division yet. She's damn near fought the entire strawweight division. And she's still here. She's still improving. I like how she looked against Jandiroba, even though Jandiroba did get the takedowns under control. There's a path for her to win. She's a former Invicta champion. Mackenzie's a former LFA champion. There is a path for Angela Hill to win. It would be having to keep her on the feet. Mackenzie Dern is a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. She's been at IBJJFs. And then she's been at ADCC. She beat Gabby Garcia. You can check that out. It's on YouTube. An absolute Angela Hill, big striker, a lot of experience. Harsh with these decision wins and losses, though. With the decision losses, she got a lot of decision losses. But we'll see how she does, man. It should be a good fight. Also on the main card, at the co-main, we got Edmund Shabazian versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Two guys who are relatively pretty solid guys. Good with their jiu-jitsu skills. Edmund's been trying to get on the rebound, the rebuild, since he got fed the murderer's role a while back, trying to come back. Anthony Hernandez, on the other hand, been picking up some pretty good wins for himself. He beat Rodolfo Vieira. He beat Josh Friend. There's a couple other dudes he's won against. Shabazian, he had a good win or two. But as I mentioned, the murderer's row. This should be a good stand-up battle with some grappling involved. We'll see if Edmund's jiu-jitsu can hold off Anthony's. Anthony got a crazy-ass gas tank, though. So we'll see how that works. We also got Emily Ducote returning against Lupi Godinez. This is a catchweight bout, so this will not be a strawweight bout. This is a catchweight bout of 120 because it was a late notice for, I think, Lupi. So, yeah, they filled in for 120. We also have Andre Fiallo facing Jakeem Buckley. This is a welterweight bout. Ooh. Buckley moving down to welterweight. Though this is 140, 185. But no, it's 170. So we'll see how Buckley does, because Buckley did decide to make the move down. Buckley got a big body, but the middleweight division is kind of an awkward division. He's also pretty big. He's a big guy, but his gas tank is kind of suspect. So we're seeing if the move down to welterweight will help his gas tank. And you're going up against a tough guy in Fiallo, man. And Fiallo going to be hungry looking for a win. Heads will roll in this one. We also got Maheshate versus Vyacheslav Borshev. Slava Claus. There you go. Somebody's going to get laid out in this one. I can tell you that for sure. And the opener to the main card is Diego Ferreira, Carlos Diego Ferreira, CDF, facing the menace Michael Johnson. So the main card will start at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. The prelim portion of this card starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I will be on OK Live. Just find the account, Mr. B, MISTERB. Yeah. And the prelims will start as Takashi Sato fights Themba Gorimbo. Themba just faced AJ Fletcher. Fletcher won that fight. Submission win. Takashi Sato recently got knocked out by Brian Battle, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so both of these dudes looking for a win. Should be fun. Natalia Silva, the very hot Natalia Silva. Fights my girl Victoria Leonardo, man. Now, Leonardo's trying to be on the rebound. She picked up a good win her last fight out. I forgot who it was against. But I do know she won her last fight. Let me see who it was against real quick.
What? Oh my god. No, I need to go.
She won against, Mandy Bohm. She beat Mandy Bohm. How did I figure? Everybody beats Mandy Bohm, damn it. Unless you're Ji-Yeon Kim, damn it. Jesus. But yeah, Natalia Silva, really nice striker. Super slippery jiu-jitsu. But the striking, man, and that girl fine. Did I mention she fine? And she be chilling with Mackenzie Dern. Yeah, I mentioned she fine. Yeah, she fine. But yeah, Victoria Leonardo, man, the tough veteran out of Louisiana, Muay Thai practitioner. She trying to get her footing back, man. This is gonna be a banger of a fight as well. We got Nick Fiore versus Chase Hooper. Fiore fought Simon. There you go. He fought Simon. No. Nick Fiore did not fight Simon. Nick Fiore fought. He fought. Yes, he fought Rebecca. Mateus Rebecca. There you go. He fought Rebecca. That was a very interesting type of grappling situation that took place in that fight. Fiore showed that he could grapple though. And he's going up against Chase Hooper at lightweight now. So we got to see what Hooper brings. Hooper's pretty good. Hooper moving up a weight class. And we'll see if that, they matched him up stylistically. Perfectly. Nick Fiore is not much of a killer, really. You don't got no real, crazy KO power. There's going to be a lot of a wrestling, grappling type situation, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, right in Chase Hooper's alleyway for the rebuild. I'm cool with that. Alir Latifi's fighting Rodrigo Nascimento. Nascimento came off the Contender Series a few years back. Been fighting here and there in the heavyweight division. They've been doing pretty good for himself, Last he fought Tanner Bozer, won that split decision. Got the takedowns on Bozer. That's what happened. Alir Latifi, powerhouse of a wrestler, but he was fighting at lightweight, not lightweight, like heavyweight. Last couple fights he's taken at heavyweight. And so far, he's been 2-1. He beat Olenek last fight out. Before that, he beat Tanner Bozer. Yeah, both of these guys beat Tanner Bozer the same way too. That's crazy. Um, then we got Gilbert Urbina. Oh, Gilbert. We like Gilbert. He's fighting Ryan Cozy. Gilbert Urbina got good wrestling skills, man. He was off of Team Pena, if I remember correctly. Uh, was it? Oh no, Volkanovski. There you go. I said Pena. Yeah, he was in Team Volkanovski. That's right. Gilbert Urbina was a good striker, good wrestler. That's what I remember. The wrestling skills were pretty damn solid on him. He had good scrambles and stuff like that. Against Orion Cozy, that's much needed because Orion's path to victory, he goes for the first round, finishes, KO submission, but puts a lot of wrestling. But there's a path to beating him. We'll see if Urbina got it. And the headline of the prelims is two fine ladies as Karolina Kovacevic faces Vanessa Demopoulos. Now, Vanessa, I know Carolina's been training at ATT now, but Vanessa Demopoulos has moved camps. I read about this one. Vanessa Demopoulos has changed camps. If I remember, uh, hold on. Trying to remember where she trained. She changed camps, man. I know she quit dead. Well, she's doing full time. I'm trying to remember what camp she was in, man. But we'll have the info on Friday on Cope's Corner, though. It'll be on Cope's Corner. But as you know, Karolina Kovacevic, primarily a striker, has worked a lot of her overall game over at AT&T, training with former rival, fellow countrywoman Joanna Jędrzejczyk and the rest of that ATT team. While Vanessa Demopoulos, she's been training quite a bit, working more of her Muay Thai, always practicing her jiu-jitsu, getting her game together. She's put a lot more focus in her training camps. We'll see how that turns out, but this card should deliver, should be good. A lot more action than last week's card. Um, Last week's card did have its ups, but there were a lot of questionable things on that card. But I think this card here should deliver, man. But overall, uh, should be fine. Should be fine. Um, so yeah, that's all I wanted to get up on. Pretty much. There's a couple other things I want to talk about, but we'll shift those over to when I get on. As I mentioned, Ted Hicks, Tony D, Late Night Parent. Hopefully they do it this week, Thursday. That'll be around 10, 11 Eastern, which will be around 7, 8 Pacific. And Cope's Corner all the time. Me and the homie Mike Copenaver. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, all every Friday, or the Fridays that we're gonna get on. Um, but yeah, man. That's all. That's all I got for today. Y'all be good. Y'all be easy. Y'all take care. I gotta stuff my face. I think that's why I'm feeling so. But yeah, I'm gonna go stuff my face because I need to get some food. I ate like a. I ate like a sheep. You know, like a cow. I grazed. I grazed on grass. That's all it was. I need food, real food. But that's it, man. I'm out of here. I'll be on. Remember, find me on Twitter. New Year, same B at MISTERB1986. That's Mr. B1986. Catch me on OK Live. Mr. B, MISTERB. Got a picture of Lomachenko in the gym. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff that was going on. Um, what was I gonna say? Tim Elliott, man. Tim Elliott, prayers up for Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott found out that Gina Mazzani was cheating on him. These folks got married a little while back, last year, I think it was, or the year before. And come to find out that she was cheating on him. She cheated on him with Kevin Kroom, of all people. Yes, Kevin Kroom, his own teammate of James Krause's gym. I don't know what the hell is going on in James Krause's gym, but that's crazy, man. These people are insane. Well, bro, prayers up for him. Uh, and last week's news, yeah, I didn't even mention it, man. RIP to Felipe Colares. Felipe Colares was a fighter from Brazil. He was on I think he was on the season of the Ultimate Fight Latin America. He did come into the UFC. He fought a lot of good fights. I think it was a bantamweight, if I remember. Yes, I think it was a bantamweight. But yeah, he tragically passed away. Thoughts and prayers with him. But yeah, man, that's all I got for today. If anything, I'll bring up something while we watching fights. You know, we chat and watch fights at the same time, so we'll probably do that. And if anything, just drop a question on the DMs if you happen to see this. Anyway, I'm out. Be good, be easy, take care. Thanks, Gary, for coming through. Ted Hicks, Tony D, appreciate y'all, man. Whoever else catches this, thank y'all, man. And if you want to hear the Francis Ngannou, my thoughts and things, well, Godspeed to Francis. Hope everything works out for him. If things don't work out, I don't know. But man, PFL is playing a lot to the chest right now, man. They're putting big money on the table, big opportunity on the table. They're looking to be the big shakers and movers right now. So we'll see, man. They got some more signings under their belt. We'll see what happens. But other than that, Francis is on the PFL. He's going to start fighting in 2024. Till then, we hopefully see him in a fight in 2023. That KSI fight against Joe Fournier got turned to no contest because KSI hit him with the elbow indeed. And yeah, that's it. I was going to stream those fights, the Misfits fights, but all of them are free on YouTube. So you guys go check those out, man. That's crazy, yo. Go check those out on YouTube. The Zone. Check it out on the Zone YouTube channel. All the fights are there, man. But I'll probably stream a couple of those, probably before the weekend, and we'll chat about it and laugh about it. But other than that, Mr. B, and I'm gone. Have a good night. All that fun stuff. Till we meet again.